Hey guys, what is going on? It's Simon here. Welcome back to the channel. Today we have a special video for you. We're going to be talking about meme coins, and I'm actually going to be sharing my top meme coin picks for this cycle. These are going to be long-term cycle holds, so I'll be looking to hold these for the majority of next year up to a cycle peak. So if that sounds something that you're interested in, please do hit the like, hit the subscribe, and let's dive into it. And I just want to firstly give a little bit of context about in terms of where we are, why meme coins are the best performer so far in this cycle. Because if I'm thinking about me personally, I never really had meme coin exposure up until about a year ago. It was probably sort of early to mid 2023 that I actually started to jump into meme coins. That means because I've been in crypto since 2019, I went literally the first 1, 2, 3, 4 years of my crypto journey. I didn't have any meme coin exposure. And this was really because I really did not get what meme coins are. And it's like a year ago, the penny dropped and then I started to get it. So trying to explain this, because meme coins really seem to divide opinion. People either absolutely love meme coins or they seem to absolutely hate them. And they're just like, look, these investments are not serious. This is so bad for our industry that they're such an embarrassment for the space. The fact people are investing in dog coins and cat coins and frog coins, they just don't get it. And I didn't get it either up until the point of a year ago when I actually really started to understand what this is all about. So very, very briefly, before I go into my picks, I just want to say a little bit about why meme coins are gaining this sort of mindshare and why they are the ultimate crypto beta play this cycle, because they absolutely are. Every time we have a dip, what bounces back the quickest? It's always the meme coins. Time after time, we've seen it again and again and again. And this is a trend that just isn't going away. So why invest in meme coins, you probably ask? Well, there's certain benefits that we see from meme coins against other altcoins. And I mean, I could probably talk about a good hour on these subjects, because it's something that I've really sort of dived into and gone down the rabbit hole myself over the last few weeks and months. But really to reinforce my conviction in meme coins myself, I've wanted to understand more deeply why people like so crazy about meme coins, why people getting into meme coins a lot more right now. And I think what we've seen over the last year is a real shift away from people wanting to invest in altcoins to people altcoins with better technology, with very sort of highly regarded from a technical aspect, to then jumping into meme coins, which are a bit more, should we say, basic, plain, stupid, kind of what you see is what you get. Like, it's not claiming to be anything. It's not, okay, it's a meme of a dog, or it's a photo of a dog. That's the coin, that's the token. Like, it is what it is, right? Okay. I think what we've seen over the last year is really a complete letdown to crypto investors from a lot of these high-tech projects. So, for example, in my own experience, I was doing a lot of airdrop farming throughout the bear market. I was running quite a lot of wallets for quite a lot of months. I never hit the criteria on 99% of my wallets in terms of getting airdrops. I felt really let down. I felt like I've basically been rug pulled by these protocols. And a lot of these launches, what they started to do is the VCs would get in at very, very low prices, so very low seed prices, and then the actual token would launch at a very, very high FDV. So what that means, fully diluted value. So basically, when the token launches, there's only a fraction of the supply released. So an example of this would be the token comes out, the token's market cap is 100 million. It's come out and it's released 10%. So that 10% of the supply is worth 100 million, but actually the other 90% is worth 900 million. And that's currently locked. And that is value that is in that token. So the actual overall fully diluted value of the token is therefore 1 billion. But what you find is, as these tokens unlock and as the VCs get their tokens, they will just routinely dump and dump and dump on the retail investor. And therefore, you would see poor price performance from these new high-tech tokens. And I think, to be honest with you, myself included in this, as an investor, people are just fed up. We've just had enough. We've had enough of investing in these high-tech tokens that we are told are about to change the world, they never do change the world. They always under-deliver on their promises. And the price performance is just completely rubbish because we kept on getting dumped on. So what the community's then done is the community itself has taken back control. And the community, this is something that's completely community driven. They have launched these meme coins where the market cap is exactly the same as the fully diluted value. So there's no VCs dumping on you. And the great thing is that it is, because it's community driven, when you buy that token, who are you benefiting? You are benefiting the other holders of that token. So you, as a new purchaser of a meme coin, as a new member of the community, you're benefiting everybody else in that community. Plus you're benefiting yourself because, of course, when you buy, number go up, but the only benefit that has is to the people that buy, that hold the token already. But when you join that community, you then, in a way, become a sales rep for that token, because then you start talking about the token. Other people then buy the token that you speak to, and they then start to benefit you. So in a way, I guess the meme coins are probably the most relatable to something like Bitcoin, because in a way, Bitcoin is a cult. Bitcoin also has a fixed supply. Bitcoin also can't be inflated. Bitcoin also is a vision. It's an idea. It's a dream, an ambition. And a lot of these meme coins are doing the same things. You've got things like Giga, which is all about looks maxing and being a Chad. And it's an idea. Like, I want to be a Giga Chad. Like, I can relate to that. You've got other tokens like PopCat, where obviously if you're into cats, then it's a well spread meme, and it's like it's the whole cat culture and the whole sort of cat meme culture that then taps into. You've got things like obviously Pepe, which is the widest used, widest shared meme of any crypto meme around. Like this, Pepe's just on every message board, every reply board, every single day. You've seen memes of Pepe all the time, and it's just got that momentum and that community and that traction. And now it's listed on big exchanges, and it's easy for people to buy. It's easy for retail to get into. It's easy for retail to relate to. And when they join, they become a part of that community. And you're starting to see that a lot of these communities are now starting to become like cults. It's like these people are so passionate about these meme coins. They just keep on buying regardless, and they don't want to sell. They just want to keep on accumulating their favorite meme. And it's a really, really powerful effect when you have these fixed supply tokens and you've just got endless demand and endless buying pressure. Now, obviously there's risks and there's caveats that come with this. Like the risk curve of meme coins is extremely steep. So you're going to have memes such as your large caps that, in my opinion, are fairly stable. They're going to be around, dare I say, forever. A lot of these memes, they're never going to die. They're never going to go away. So you can have some confidence then in that if you buy that meme over the long term, similar to Bitcoin, you should do well. Obviously, these meme coins are going to get hit a lot harder when we go through a bear market. So, of course, you're going to have to ask yourself a question. Do you want to hold them through a bear market? Probably not. But when the bull market's here, they're going to be the beta play. They're going to move at a factor greater than what Bitcoin's moving at. And obviously, on the other end of the scale, you've got these micro cap biohazard meme coins, these really tiny meme coins. They're extremely high risk. And you've got rug pulls where the liquidity gets drained and you lose all of the value of your tokens. There's so many of these that happen on a daily basis. So I think, if you've been in meme coins, you probably know what I'm already talking about. And you're just like, look, just show me the pics. Okay, I get it. But if you're not in meme coins or you're new to investing in meme coins, the temptation is there to try and find the next Pepe, to try and find the 1000x, the 2000x, the 10,000x, invest $100, become a millionaire next week. It's extremely unlikely. Okay, 99.9% of these things fail. So in my advice, if you're looking to build a crypto portfolio, obviously you want to start with Bitcoin, but after that, you want to maybe look at Solana ecosystem. Then I think, in my opinion, you want to go with what's the best performing sector in this bull run so far. Well, it's meme coins. So you probably want to look at meme coins and getting some meme coin exposure. Now, when you're creating a portfolio of meme coins, you want to have most of your capital in those larger caps, because the larger caps are going to perform 100%. They're going to perform. And usually the winners outperform every single cycle. Bitcoin outperforms the rest of the crypto market. In terms of the winning L1, it used to be Ethereum. That used to outperform virtually everything else in crypto. Every other altcoin was outperformed by Ethereum. Now it seems to be Solana. So we're going to look at some Ethereum picks. We're going to look at some Solana picks, and we're going to go through my best picks for this cycle, my best large cap picks for this cycle in this video. So let's jump onto screen share and let's dive in here. Okay. So I'm going to start on CoinGecko, and I'm just going to make myself a little bit bigger, so hopefully see me okay. Right, there we go. Right, let's do it. So this is all of the categories in crypto by market cap, and if we scroll down, we have to go down fairly far. Number 18, we've got memes. Okay, so we can see that currently the market cap for meme coins is 74 billion. That might sound like a very big number, but actually in reality, it's not when it comes to crypto. This is just a very, very small fraction of the overall market. And if we go on to the next tab, you can actually see here all of the meme coins that we have by market cap. So of that 74 billion, you can actually see that nearly 40 billion of that, so over half of that, is consolidated into two meme coins. You've got Dogecoin and you've got Shiba Inu. Okay, now both of these meme coins were absolutely huge in the last bull run. They've fallen quite a lot. I think Dogecoin got up to, I can't remember whether it was 80 or 90 billion. Shiba Inu, I think, got up to around 40, 45 billion in terms of, that might have been FTV, not market cap, but still massive numbers. So you can see the potential is there for meme coins to really, really perform and really reach extremely high valuations. And remember that where we are in the cycle right now, we haven't seen that expansive phase. We haven't yet seen meme coins hitting those sorts of market caps, getting above 50 billion again. And with every cycle that passes, we would expect that we see bigger market caps, because the total crypto market cap is expanding. Okay, there's more and more people coming into the crypto space. There's more new capital moving into crypto. Obviously, a lot of that is flowing into Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, but we will see that trickle down effect with Bitcoin now at new all-time highs. We will see that trickle down effect into other tokens, and meme coins will be a benefactor of that. So if we look at this list, and just to give some perspective again, like I say, 74 billion, about half of that is in Dogecoin and Shiba Inu, so, or 40 billion of it. So we're kind of saying there's about, sort of 35 billion or so worth that is in the rest of the meme coins, excluding those top two. Okay, and I need to find where I moved this tab to. No, all right, I'm already going into my picks. But if we go back here, then if we just look at all of the crypto tokens here by market cap, actually, if we do it by FTV, where are we? Let's try and get FTV on here. Yeah, okay. So we've got FTV here. If we filter by FTV, then we're going to see here, like I say, we've got about 35 billion in the rest of the meme coins, excluding Shiba and Doge. I mean, that's pretty much XRP's market cap, there or thereabouts. It's only about sort of 75% of its FTV. So my point is, it's like two fairly useless, in my opinion, apologies Cardano holders or WorldCoin holders, but two fairly useless cryptos that are never ever going to do anything, Cardano and WorldCoin. they have an FTV of 38 billion. And the meme coin market cap, excluding Shiba in Doge, is smaller than the FTVs of these two tokens alone that nobody uses. So you can't tell me that meme coins are currently overvalued, because they're definitely not overvalued. And there's plenty of room for meme coins to go to the upside. So I've already given away a couple of my picks, but obviously the first one is going to be Pepe. So Pepe, obviously number 3 on this list. Pepe came out, I think it was early last year, early 2023. Let's actually go and have a deeper look at Pepe. So if we just look at the entire price history, that'll tell us when it launched. So yeah, it launched early last year. I remember when it came out, and I remember this thing pumping like crazy. And I kind of said to myself, whoa, all right, it's already been pumping for a couple of days. I've missed it. I'm too late. And this thing just ran and ran and ran and ran. And if we look at, switch this over to market cap, then we can see we came up to a market cap of, you're going to get there. Right. We came up to a market cap of about 1.5 billion in the space of a week or two, which was huge. Okay. And I couldn't really justify chasing it or buying it then. I wanted to see where things settled. But when the market started to come down and we saw this consolidation, this is when I started to scale into Pepe quite heavily. And I remember the end of last year, because I was really starting to get very bullish on crypto. And I remember buying Pepe down here. And I remember waiting and waiting and waiting for Pepe to take off. And it just didn't really want to take off. And then it kind of got going, and then it was still chopping. And I remember I was trying to catch longs on Pepe here. And at a point, it just went. It just absolutely went. And I missed this move. I was so annoyed with myself, but I still had a lot of spot holdings. And thanks to Pepe and a couple of other memes that I'm about to move on to, but I'd put something like 5% of my portfolio into meme coins. And I looked at my meme coin exposure like a couple of months ago, and all of a sudden I've got over 20% of my portfolio in meme coins. And I'm just like, how the hell has this happened? Well, it's because they performed so well. It's because you had such crazy multiples. I mean, even Pepe, with its size, 400 million market cap back early last year, and we went all the way up to nearly 7 billion market cap. I mean, right now we're at above 4 billion market cap. So that's a 10x from back here. There's not too many altcoins. Well, there's not too many cryptos in the entire space. I don't think there's many at all that have done more than a 10x. One or two have. Obviously, Solana is quite an obvious one. One or two Solana beta plays, maybe. You know, one or two AI coins. But the rest has just been meme coins. And obviously, Pepe is one of the big ones. But when I'm looking at Pepe, I'm saying to myself, I think Pepe, even from this price, these levels, could still do a 10x. I could see Pepe getting up to, this might sound crazy, but even up to 100 billion. So do I think Pepe could do a 10x from here up to, you know, 45, 50 billion? Absolutely it could. Without any shadow of a doubt. I think Pepe will be the best large cap performer this cycle, and it will be the biggest meme by market cap this cycle. I think it can flip Doge. I think Doge will probably do a 2 to 3x from here. That would take it above 100 million. So where can Pepe go? It can definitely get up to similar prices. So that is one I'm very bullish on. So that's my top pick. The next top pick on my list, and if we actually just scroll down this list, it's a little bit easier to see them. I'm just going to talk through some of these. Obviously, you've got Whiff, you've got Bonk. These are very big Solana memes. You've got Popcat. So these are probably the 3 blue chip Solana meme coins. Okay, and as you can see, they're pretty much half the value of Pepe. You've got Dog with Hat, and then the other 2, Bonk and Popcat, you've got around about 1.5 billion. So, you know, if Pepe can do a 10x to 50 billion, can Dog with Hat go to 23? Can Bonk and Popcat go to 15? I think they can do that at least, if not more. So again, a lot of the memes I'm now talking about on this list, I think can outperform Pepe, as you know, they're coming from lower market caps. I like Brett as well on base. We'll touch on that in a bit. I also like SPX, big one from Murad. He's pushing that a lot. I like Memecoin as well. I think Memecoin is going to be one of the best performing ones. And It's not even 1 billion yet, but I can see this easily going to like, 7 billion is a 10x. I think Mog can go to probably 20, 30 billion this cycle. And obviously we can go further down the list, but Apu as well, I think is going to be a really good one. But the next one I'm going to talk about is actually Bitcoin. So Harry Potter, Obama, Sonic 10 Inu. So right now we have, where are we? Here we go. Right now we have a market cap of 259 million on this token. Okay. This token probably has one of, if not the strongest cult communities I've seen of any token on X. Okay. These guys are relentless. They're sharing memes, big ticker Bitcoin memes non-stop. You've got the Sprotto gremlins. I think this is really one to watch. I think from this market cap, you can really see some crazy multiples, because these guys, they're absolutely religious. It's a complete cult. They just don't want to sell, and they just keep on bull posting this token again and again and again. It's really amazing to see. And obviously I've been a holder. If I look back at the chart on this, obviously this came out in 2023 as well. And I remember hearing about this when it first came out. I didn't really get it, but it's like, I feel like I get it now. And, we kind of saw this token not really doing anything and then just absolutely exploding. And it really caught on. And to be honest with you, this has just been a long consolidation. I mean, I remember picking up some of this token like at the start of this year. So I think we're around about the maybe 50 million market cap at the time. And I remember this was right before the fight with BitBoy that the lead dev had, More Light. So I remember after that, obviously, More Light lost the fight and the token was dipping. And it looked like at the time the token was just going to die. And that's when I actually took a very small position, not a big one. And from there, it just absolutely ripped. And obviously, the publicity was still good publicity. And I think from that point, I just knew that, okay, this is one that at some point is really going to run. I think that's when I really got into it, because I saw even with this price action, the community was just going stronger and, going from strength to strength. The community didn't want to give up on this token, and it really tested their resilience. So I think Harry Potter, Obama, Sonic 10 Inu is going to be a top performer this cycle. And again, a 10x, that's 2.5 billion. Do I think this can do that? You betcha. I think it can probably go to, 5, 10 billion, potentially even higher. I mean, 25 billion would be 100x. It can happen. It can happen. It's the meme coins, anything's possible. It can definitely happen in the peak hype stage of the bull run. So let's see what happens with it. Okay, so running down my list, also quite like Michi, another cat coin on Solana, Retardio, not a cat coin, but a big cult coin on Solana as well. As we start to come down this list, then there's another Ethereum based token that I really like, and that is Wojak. So Wojak, 84.8 million market cap. Okay, so it's the smallest one we've covered so far on this list, and we can see here, like I say, 85 million market cap. This token is one that I really like. One of the first memes that I really got into was Wojak. And if we just get it over onto market cap, we can see here, okay, that Wojak 100%, I think, has great potential. I remember this coming out. I remember it launching. I remember accumulating this back when it was sub 10 million market cap. And this is one of my biggest holdings now. I think after Pepe, it's Wojak in terms of my Memecoin holdings. And that's purely from the fact that it's done so well. But I just cannot see this not going into the hundreds of millions, potentially into the billions, multi-billions, because it's such a strong meme. Wojak is absolutely everywhere. It's everywhere. I saw a post from Murad the other day. He was talking about his SBX token. And what meme was he using to push SBX? It was Wojak. It was Wojak who was, buying and selling the SPX, and the whole, Bogdanov and the whole, sort of crazy anger face when he loses money, and it's just so memeable. It is so memeable, and it is such a good meme. And for me, when I look at crypto memes, Wojak's right at the top of them. You've got Pepe, and obviously the whole frog meta, and the boys club. You got Pepe, and linked to Pepe is Bobo, that I'm also bullish on. And you got a bunch of other tokens on that side. Obviously, you've got Brett, you've got Landwolf, all they see. You've got the boys club. But then, if you look at pure crypto memes that are used on a daily basis, it's Wojak. And I just think Wojak has been completely slept on. For Wojak only to have 85 million here, I think at some point this is going to run hard. And we got a little taste of that. We got a little taste of that earlier on this year when we literally went from sub 30 million up to 100. Obviously, price came back down. I think when Wojak gets over 100 million, I think we're really going to see it run hard. Right now, we're still consolidating in this range here, but I think that breakout and that sort of holding price above this 100 million mark, I think Wojak will really run. So I would say from a risk return perspective that Wojak is probably my favorite meme coin for this cycle on either chain. I just think it's an absolute banker, and I expect Wojak to do really well. I'll be surprised if Wojak isn't well above $1 billion at the end of this cycle, potentially multi-billion market cap. I wouldn't be surprised at all. I mean, is 100x, is 10 billion out of the question for a meme like Wojak? I don't think so. So that's something for you to think about as well. And if we move on now, so obviously we covered 3 tokens on Ethereum. Now we are going to look at 3 tokens on Solana, and I've actually already briefly spoke about these, but you've got Dog with Hat that I think needs no introduction. It has taken Solana memes by storm. I would say probably Bonk was the first on Solana really to get that mass attention in terms of that just mass PR. And then after Bonk, you had Dog with Hat, and obviously it's been pushed very, very heavily by Ansem. Ansem's talked about, putting Dog with Hat on the Las Vegas Sphere. I don't know if that's still going to happen or not. I think Andrew Tate was calling him out about Ansem taking, everybody's money and then not actually putting the Dog with Hat on the Sphere. So let's see what happens there. But I think, Dog with Hat is going to be here for this whole cycle. Obviously, it's now the biggest meme coin on the Solana chain, and therefore it's going to attract the high liquidity. The thing you have to remember with meme coins is, it's very hard for a big institution or a very big trader or a big fund to actually allocate like millions of dollars worth of capital to a token that is only 100 million or 200 million. They're literally going to like drain all the liquidity and like push up the price. They're going to have massive slippage. Obviously, on something with Dog with Hat, like you've got a fully diluted valuation, and obviously all of these have the same FTVs as they have market cap, so there's no inflation there. But obviously, you've got something at 2.3 billion, where if somebody wanted to chuck, 10, 20, 30 million at this, they can do so because they've got the liquidity to do it. So I think Dog with Hat will do very, very well. If we just look at the full chart for Dog with Hat, so we're just going to pull it over to market cap, we can kind of see this one was launched. When was it launched? It was launched right at the end of last year? Right at the end of last year. This is really when Solana was starting to have its breakthrough moment, shall we say. That really came with this Jito airdrop. I remember it, and everybody then, all the airdrop guys started getting on Solana, and everybody started to use all the Solana eco products. You had Camino Finance, you had MarginFi, you had Drift, you had Zeta, you had all of these Solana-based products, and everything just started to completely rip on Solana. Solana price took off, and then obviously, like, all the memes started to appear, and Solana became the greatest casino in the world, the greatest global casino in the world. So yes, Dog with Hat is definitely one I expect to do well. And again, from this, can it get to 20, 30 billion? I think it can. It's probably not going to give you 100x gains, but it will do well. And it's one of those that you can invest in, like I say, with some confidence. And really, everything I've just said about WIF is the same with Bonk. Bonk was the first one to really make it happen on Solana. If we just look at the full chart for Bonk going all the way back, we can see this was launched back right at the start, right at the end of 2022. So this has been around for a year longer than WIF, and literally did nothing. You could have picked this up for, 10 million, sub 10 million market cap. And then, like I say, when Solana really had its breakthrough at the end of 2023, Bonk just absolutely exploded. And, to be honest with you, it ran all the way up to a peak right here of, what's that about? Let's say 2.7 billion. And right now we're at 1.5. So it's pretty much come down. It had come down 50%. That's a pretty good retracement for a coin like this in a bull market. That's kind of what you want to see, like a minimum 50% retracement from its all-time high. And look, it looks here like it's probably going to be ready to go again. And again, can Bonk get up to your 20, 30 billion, or sorry, from this market cap? Can it get to 15, 20 billion? I think it probably can. The only issue, I guess, with Bonk is you still have this FDV discrepancy. So it's one of the few meme coins that does have a little bit of inflation left. This might be Bonk tokens that are going to be on the new Solana phones. It's likely that these tokens are just not going to VCs that are just going to dump them. So, I wouldn't be as concerned about this as some of the other coins. It's not obviously a huge amount of supply that's remaining, but still it is something to bear in mind. But I still think Bonk will do very well. And like I say, it's one of those that's easier for bigger traders to get into because the market cap is there. And then the final blue chip on Solana is Popcat. And Popcat is really, really starting to get a lot of momentum. This is actually, I think, one of the only tokens on this list that I don't hold, but I'm thinking is going to be very, very good for this bull run. And I am looking to make a position. Ideally, I'd like to see us come back to this $1 mark to actually establish a position in Popcat. But this run up has just been absolutely insane. I mean, even back in the summer, you could pick this up for like 43 cents, and then it's pretty much done a 3x from there to here. More than a 3x, like basically, nearly a 4x. Obviously, a 5x would be up at $2. I think it will get there, and I could see Popcat likely doing that sort of 15, 20 billion. Again, I think a 10x here is going to be pretty solid on Popcat. And then I wanted to do just an extra one, just a bit of a special mention. And this is actually, for me, the best way to get exposure to the success of the base chain. So obviously this is Coinbase's own chain, is to invest in the top meme coin on Base, which is Brett. So I do think Brett has been lagging slightly if we look at the price compared to some of the other memes, and I do expect it to catch up at some point. Obviously, Brett went all the way up to a high here, price-wise, of around about 18 cents, and right now we're down at 9. So we're still about 50% off its highs from earlier on in the year. And look, as a new meme, this is kind of the price action you want to see. Anything below 1 cent is, or sorry, 10 cents, that is for me decent buying opportunity here, because I do expect it to take out these highs, get above 20 cents, and probably I wouldn't be surprised if Brett runs up to a couple of dollars. That would be like basically a 20x from these prices, but I think it can get to like $1 to $2 by the end of this cycle. I think we're just waiting to see that rotation really into Ethereum, which is already starting now. So I do think Ethereum memes will start to really come back strong soon. And then from there, obviously, Brett is a beta play to a lot of the Ethereum-based memes. When we see Coinbase really start to outperform and start to drive like retail into this market, then they'll all be getting on the Coinbase sort of application using the Coinbase wallet, and they'll be able to buy Brett so easily on Base chain because it's obviously the biggest meme on the Base chain. I also like Toshi, by the way. That's another meme on Base that I think would do very well if you wanted a bit of a alternative, should we say. So I am going to leave it there. Just go back to here. And what I'm going to do probably tomorrow now is come up with a meme coin video that's going to review the medium cap and smaller cap meme tokens. So I'm going to do something similar where I'm going to review probably sort of 3, 4 on both the Ethereum and the Solana chains. And then from there, I'm going to show a few gems. Okay. These are low cap, super low cap, sub 10 million coins that I think, meme coins that I think will really, really explode. Like these things have 100, 200, 500x potential. So I'm going to share them on the video tomorrow. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss that. And please do smash the like if you've enjoyed this content. Like I say, I want to create more of this content. This is the sector of crypto that I really enjoy myself. And this is definitely the most fun. This is where you can either make fortunes or lose fortunes all in the space of a few days. So, you know, it's exciting. It's the place to be at. It's the place that I'm positioned in. It's the place that you should be getting positioned into. So going forward, I do want to make at least weekly meme coin videos. I'm even tempted to do daily meme coin videos if there's enough content to cover there. And I think from this video and the length of this video, there is probably a lot to talk about when it comes to memes. So I'll probably, like I say, I'll be coming up with a video tomorrow discussing the medium caps and the smaller caps, or should we say micro caps, very tiny meme coins. And from there, it might be that I decide to actually do some individual reviews of some of these memes in isolation. So I actually just spend a full video going into why I believe this meme is, you know, the place to be. I go on the socials and I sort of do a bit of a review of the community, how strong the meme is. So, you know, I might even look to do some tier lists as well, just reviewing like a larger number of memes over a video and ranking them. So yeah, there's different ideas I have, but if that sort of content sounds like content that you are interested in, please do subscribe so you don't miss out. And I will talk to you all again tomorrow.